Many apologies, people. This will hopefully be edited out in the future, but we'll wait for everybody to show back up. I shouldn't have gotten rid of white bat audio for such an occasion.
Bienvenidos.
Bienvenidos, Ami Ami, right, guys? You guys are Will Smith fans. I'm sure you are.
Ami Ami.
Man, we're still in the millennium. You guys ever think about that? You ever stop to think that, like, back then we didn't realize it, but we had 1,000 years of Will Smith because it's the millennium.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
You know, something in the heat. You're doing it until the break of dawn. Let's wipe that audio coming back in. Wait for if they're going to show back up. Apologies again massively for that. Whoopsie daisy. I am going to have to figure out. Maybe we'll move to StreamYards eventually.
Streamlabs?
Streamlabs, yeah.
This is loud.
Yes, much, again, very sorry, much apologies.
OBS sucks sometimes.
OBS, the encoder is a problem. My bad. I'll take responsibility. However,
Steven Seagal is coming back.
Steven Seagal, back at it like a bad habit. Let me get this, wipe out audio. Pull this. Back at it. Not too much to go, people. Well, yeah, we got a lot to go. 40 minutes into an hour and 4 minutes. Don't know how much long we'll cover because, like, here's the thing. We're circling the drain. Yeah. It's taken so long. We've had no rapport building. We've had no anything. And it's only now at 40 minutes in that he's, like, starting to use my preferred technique of just, like, using documented history to go, like, okay, is this what happened? Yes or no? And he has to go yes or no. And in which case you go, okay, but we've got proof.
Yeah, and it's a bummer because, like, if this started earlier, this could have ended earlier, and I'm getting hungry.
He's a douche.
Damn it, Steven Seagal, man.
What a mess.
Welcome back, Matt. It's Kevin Seagal.
This does feel like Steven Seagal's, like, shitty cousin.
Huh?
Yeah.
And, like, but, like, shitty compared to Steven Seagal. So that's, like, whoa.
Real bad.
Why didn't you stand in front of a tractor trailer? Why didn't you
I
take
didn't
pills?
think of that. I got it in my head about the gun, and the pills don't work. As far as I'm concerned, with the way my body is, it wouldn't work. I'm not going to go around being a gimp. I want to be dead.
Yeah, if I take a bunch of pills, what if that puts me in a wheelchair? Have you ever... This may be a legitimate question, but are you aware of anyone who overdosed on anything and ended up in a wheelchair?
As opposed to either passing away or being fine?
Yeah, like...
Not really.
Maybe if, like, you're in a coma or whatever, but, like... Or, like, I've heard of people doing too much acid or ecstasy or MDMA and their brain pops, but, like, you know, you're going to empty the bathroom...
Medicine cabinet
into your stomach. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, now your legs don't work.
Right.
And that's it. So the gun was the next option. That's what
Stupid.
I thought.
You're
That's what I went
stupid.
and
Well,
did.
if the wounds to your neck were that serious, you'd still be in the hospital. You know that?
Accurate.
Very.
Because they did a CAT scan on you.
The thing about your neck is it carries a lot of precious blood supply to your brain, which, again, was going to burn 20% of your daily calories on average. Could be more.
And also, if you were self-harming yourself or threatening to self-harm yourself, I don't know about Canada, but here in the United States, you'd be in the hospital on a 72-hour hold, at least.
Right, but that's the thing. He went to his dad's house, the dad said nothing, and then went to go kill a cop. So it's not like there was any opportunity for someone to go, hey, you tried to do... There was no opportunity. But, like, I don't know.
But he went to the hospital.
To get a gun. Here's the thing. But, like, if you've ever received a head injury or nicked your neck or face shaving, you'll know that above the shoulders, you bleed like a stuck pig. Like, I used to shave my head, and every time I would nick up there, even with an electric razor, and small nicks happen sometimes, you bleed like crazy because your brain needs to be furnished with a lot of blood.
Right.
So the fact that he's like, I'm digging in there.
No,
And he can
there's
sit
no
here
way.
now with just like a little rat, like a priest's collar, essentially.
No. And well, because the detective
And
said, like, you'd be in the hospital still.
Right. Yeah, it's bullshit. And he's like, I was digging in there. Like, if you were using the capped end of a Sharpie, I can see where we would be at right now. But, like, there's no way you were using the Peacekeeper or the Widowmaker or any other dangerous and or benevolently named knives.
I know from
And
speaking to
they
the
didn't get any of
officer.
the things I know. And you think I didn't.
So you really didn't damage anything when you put the knife in there. Right?
Whoops.
So your behavior tonight,
Oh, it's
You-
atrocious. It was
bull.
criminal. It was evil. Oh
well,
my
it is
gosh.
criminal. Yeah, you killed somebody.
That is at least criminal. You are in a police station.
Yeah. And you went there with a purpose.
No, I went there to get a gun.
Which is the
Yeah.
purpose.
No, I had no purpose. I went there to get a gun. No purpose. Purposeless. I was moving through the ether, nary a goal in sight, but I was looking for a gun.
Yeah. And what I'm saying to you is that's not plausible or believable.
No.
To you, and that's what you're saying.
To other people like you and I. Not it's just to Kevin. It's like, what?
But the thing is, when I go into the courts will hear what I have to say, and they'll decide what they want to say. You can get up there and say what you have to say,
like a
but
big
something
bull.
else
It doesn't
matter
the
what I say.
system or whoever.
It's what your trier of fact will believe or understand.
Yeah, and that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Are
So you didn't consider drowning.
That's part of the weird thing about this, right? Is like he keeps saying that's for the courts, and then the detective doubles down with like softball and or nonsensical questions.
Yeah.
Like, don't ask him why he didn't consider drowning. Here's the if you're going to spend the rest of you could rather spend the rest of your life asking him why he didn't consider XYZ as methods to check out, because there's an infinite number.
Yeah.
Focus on his ego. Focus on getting the jury to realize this dude is a murderer and also an idiot. Don't be like, well, why didn't you consider, I don't know, carbon monoxide, huh? Just be like,
Drowning.
use your brain.
I did. I talked to my mom and dad. I said I don't want to drown. Gross. Because with my luck, I'll
Gross.
So gross.
Total. Oh, look, Barfaroony, right?
survive it.
Gag me with a spoon if I
Because you're
drown.
extra tough.
Yes.
You wouldn't want to do pills because you don't know how much to take. Even though if you took them all, it would kill you. You know
Yeah,
very well.
we know
You've seen
that.
it before.
You know that. But I
You
feel
know what
like
I say?
drowning isn't the best way to
Right. Because,
discharge yourself.
right. Because here's the thing. You can be like, I tried.
But your body's going to obviously fight the fact that you got water
Right.
in your.
You would have to like. He takes. There. I'm sure there are instances recorded in history. I can't pull any specifically where someone's resolve to end themselves ended in like with no fighting.
Yeah.
Like there are people who fill their coat pockets with rocks and walk into the ocean because they have that resolve. Very specific and outlier cases, those are, I'm sure, because most of us are hardwired in some way, form, or fashion, coded to stay alive. So the fact that he's like, I wouldn't even try, it's because, I don't know, it's like when Cyraxx says, I can't get a job because of the trolls. That may be true, but if he got off the internet and tried, he'd still be incompetent.
Yes. 100%.
With me,
All right, you're that.
I am that tough.
Okay, so you don't want to hang yourself.
Built for
No,
tough.
because I saw a guy do that, and that's no way.
This guy is Tombstone, Arizona, the town. For those of you who don't know, Tombstone, Arizona is highly acclaimed with the reputation of the town Too Tough to Die.
Yeah.
So if they were to ever consider renaming Tombstone, Arizona, I would immediately write in and say Kevin Gregson.
Kevin Seagal.
Kevin Gregson, the idiot too tough to realize he wasn't actually doing anything harmful to himself.
That's a long town name.
Right, so there's a dignified way out of
Right.
It wasn't
killing
really a
yourself.
dignified way. The guy was kicking and
So
kicking.
the better way, what you're trying to tell me and what you're
Yeah, he didn't die dignified. He kept kicking like he didn't want me to murder him.
He was
The better
fighting.
It was the
way,
gun thing.
yeah, what you want me to believe is, and what you're going to want someone to believe someday is that you went in, you approached a police officer and had every intentions of disarming him, handcuffing him, and expecting him to say, okay.
Didn't matter
Take-
what he said.
Cool.
I mean, you stabbed this officer to death and you still didn't get his gun.
That was like
That's the thing.
Do you
He's
even know how
still-
to take our guns out of our holsters?
Well, hey, that's right.
Oh, whoa!
Oh, hey.
When I was thinking I wanted the gun, it was like when I landed on the one-word answer of suicide, right? I just landed on the one-word answer of gun and then didn't think about the context, the police officer, or even if I could work his holster. Hot damn, detective. Boy, where were you 6 hours ago?
Could have used you.
Oh my gosh.
Do you even know how to do that?
No.
Golly gosh, I tried to steal a car and I don't know how to drive a manual, and there's the stick, right? So I go, well, I already stole the car, so I start pushing the car down the road.
He doesn't know how to take a gun out of
So
a
how are you
holster.
going to do that?
He's an idiot.
No. So
You
you
think of a lot of things.
Whoops. Yeah, only after the fact. I only think of a lot of things after a human life has been taken. Before, I just landed on the word gun because it's a word and I'm a moron.
or that's what you want me to believe?
Yep.
Yep. Can
That's
you?
what you want me to believe, or that's the
That's
truth?
what I'm going to tell the court, and that's the truth.
Anywho,
Sometimes you
just
got to
gonna
do a rock, eh? To bring it out. Your guy's, he had a latch on it. So you,
boy, oh boy. And I'm a smart guy. Number one, I'm super smart, super tough, can't get killed.
Nope.
But latches?
Phew.
Damn, bitch.
It's above my
Like,
pay grade.
that's the thing. And when I was like thinking back to why I'm a superhero, I was like, Bruce Willis never had to deal with a latch, right? He was unbreakable, but not unlatchable.
he couldn't pull it out. If he had been able to, didn't have that latch, he could have pulled it out. And
Yeah, if only he hadn't had a safeguard on his gun, the failsafe that went beyond his training. Oh, God damn it. Those cops, they think of everything. It's like they don't want just random assholes slipping their gun out of their holster like it's the Old West.
No.
got rid of me.
Oh, no worry, he knows how to get his gun out. Don't
Oh,
worry.
jeepers. Yeah, obviously. I would hope a police officer would know how to get his gun out of his
Yeah.
own
It
holster.
had nothing to do with the latch. The latch not for him.
30 minutes. 30 seconds.
Did
30
he even
seconds.
did he even go to his gun?
Yes, he did. We were both grabbing for it. Never mind. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Never mind.
Hmm.
If I'm ever accused of murder, I'll just go like, never mind. And hopefully they'll just let me go.
Yeah, I might regret this.
Maybe I'll pull a
He didn't
classic
have
like
that latch.
Psych.
He would have been okay.
Why, you would have got the gun?
He would have got the gun out and shot me.
Or you would have got it?
No, I wouldn't have gotten it. He had his hand on it.
Dude, go easy on the chimp style preening of your non existent hair.
He
What
was
did-
pulling it out.
What did you say to him?
It's got old grandma
Didn't say anything
fingers.
to him.
How'd you get him out of the car?
I'm not telling. I'm going to keep that to myself.
I'm not telling.
I'm not telling.
You'll hear this story. He would have had his gun out, but he was jamming the gun. It was stuck.
I mean, he did have like a huge like douchebag stabbing him, so it would be hard for me to focus on literally anything
Yeah.
else personally.
Right.
That's stupid. I can't believe you people do that. On our guns, we have the lock, so you can just, if you do quick draw, you just draw, it comes out. But no one has latches on their guns. Like it's
You guys
too
are
much of an
stupid.
extreme of safety. 'Cause,
Well, how
like,
close were you then? How
I was
close?
on top of him.
Well, maybe clothing jammed it. Do you know?
No,
You mean on top of him as in on top of him, or
I was on
right
top
in front of him?
I was on
I had a knife with a blade this long and I was stabbing him, so suffice
Pretty
to say I
close.
wasn't at the end of the hall.
top of him. We're on the ground. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
I
Psych.
take it back.
JK.
But if you didn't have that latch, he would have been okay.
Yeah, if only.
Blame it on the latch.
It's very interesting to see because sometimes, like, again, I'll bring up lolcows. Like, specific lolcows can bring up specific trolls and be like, oh, that's the bane of my existence. And it's a sliding scale where you could say, well, arguably, in this person's perspective, like, this is the driving force. But to boil it all away to like, it was the latch.
Yep.
It was that latch.
That
If only
damn
that
latch.
latch wasn't there, I
You
would have
guys are
just taken
idiots
his
for having
gun,
those.
run out the, and then just stared at the wall for another 45 minutes and then be done
it.
with the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that latch detective, sue the latch company.
Yep.
Excuse me, can I get my real clothes back? I don't want to be the Frost Ninja anymore.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Case closed.
That's the stupidest thing he's ever seen. Protection against someone
Stole
stealing your
from
gun,
that.
which worked.
Yeah.
They give us our vests and they tell us in depth, at least when I was there, they said the purpose of your vest is to stop a 9mm. It won't stop a 40 caliber. It won't stop a 45 caliber. But
You got lice, Kevin?
if someone gets your gun, it'll protect you from your own gun.
That's why I wore two
vest,
vests.
What caliber of gun do we carry?
40 caliber. That's why I had two vests. But yeah,
There's your answer.
But,
Why you
yeah.
had two vests.
Like he ends that conversation the same way you end like an awkward conversation with someone you kind of know at a hardware store. It's like silence reigns supreme for a few seconds, and you go, "But yeah, I'm just here to make a couple copies of a key, so I'll catch you around the neighborhood, right?"
Yeah. My mom would tell him, stop doing that or you'll lose more hair.
Right. He's probably looking down at that white table and seeing just a pile of growing hair. Maybe he's not wiping away skin cells from his arm. It might just be hair he keeps rubbing off his head like a worry stone.
Yeah.
if he'd had our holster, he'd have been okay.
Maybe if he had your holster, you'd have got the gun away from him.
No, not the way he was.
Never.
Just
What
hold
do you mean,
on,
not
hold
the way
on.
he was?
Something's
He's
wrong
fighting.
up here.
Of course he was. He was fighting for his life.
Yep.
And you were stabbing him.
Maybe this would just be me, but I could not help but call attention to people's physical idiosyncrasies. I'm like, why do you keep rubbing your head, Kevin? You got a headache? You need some ibuprofen?
In the throat.
At that point, 30 seconds.
What the fuck? This guy repeats 30 seconds like the
Rain Man.
there's a maybe it's the 21-foot rule or whatever, where like if someone pulls a blade on you within 21 feet, is that like that statistic or factoid or whatever that is inconsequential and maybe false? Where he's like keeps like rubbing his face, like he reads as like the same as like an overly stressed, like neurotic kid in the therapy session, like constantly pushing their bangs over, being like, yeah, it was a sourdough pizza, French bread pizza at lunch today. French bread pizza.
Right.
Dude, you got some problems.
He's
And
trying
it's
to
only because everybody around you has failed.
he's low key trying to sniff his scalp.
Oh yeah, maybe he is. He's like trying to pull the scent down to his nose to be like, because he can't sniff his armpits. That'd be too weird.
Right.
Like a musty smell going on in that cul-de-sac.
Oh my god, the way you did that was scarily
Forgive
real.
somebody.
The French bread pizza thing.
I've seen a lot of weird kids do a lot of weird shit, so you pick up a few things.
What was his name?
His name was Eric.
Okay.
His badge number was 1907. He's got 2 small children.
This kind of feels there's a Michael Dredgka, I think his name is. If you know Jim Can't Swim, you know this guy. But like he hassled someone who parked in a handicapped spot who shouldn't have been there. He was hassling the woman inside the car. Her boyfriend came out and gave this dude a shove, to which Michael Dredgka said, okay, pow, and killed him.
Self-defense.
Yeah. And when, because they, like in most interrogations, they won't tell you the person is dead until they've wringed as much out of you as they can. And it's like that. They say, well, the guy you shot, he passed away. And Michael Dredgka goes, thank you for telling me that. No one would tell me, and I'm glad you told me that I killed that man. Imagine killing a man and then finding out, or like shooting a man, not realizing if you killed him or not. And then like hours after the fact, after you've been wrung of every ounce of information, they go, well, he's dead. And you go, thank you for telling me. That's like getting a text from your doctor's office confirming your appointment or your dentist.
Right.
Thank you for telling me that I have an upcoming appointment on July 27th. You fucking killed a dude, you dickhead.
No, actually, he has 4 children. He has a wife.
She's going to have to work extra hard now, isn't she?
Like you. Like me.
Dickbag. Oh, well, gosh, if he just given up his gun or got that,
That
the strap.
latch.
That latch. Fucking, I'm a latchaholic.
And you chose, not him.
Yeah, weird.
You left him with no options.
Anyway, back to preening. Anyway,
But if that
his
latch was
forehead ain't gonna widen itself. And as someone with a 5 head, go easy, dude, you fucking maniac.
You made that choice.
Hey, Kev, you want to talk to me over here?
He was there at the hospital helping somebody. A victim of another violent crime.
Sorry, I'm just playing this like YYZ drum solo on my skull really quick. I'm a huge Rush fan, being a Canadian. YYZ, sorry.
And you intervened.
Is the microphone in his head?
yes. They made him they implanted it in his skull.
I feel like I heard this beat under a Primus song.
What say you to that?
What say you? What say ye, Kevin? Our judges still wear powdered wigs. Why do people still do that? Like,
Canada.
yeah, Canada and
still does
the
that?
UK still wear powdered wigs.
I knew the UK. I didn't realize
It's
Canada still
fucking
did it.
ridiculous. Stop it. Like, you got the robe, you got the ties.
It's not enough.
Put the fucking fake hair away. It's 2023, nearly 24. Stop wearing wigs. It's not like you're trying to find a date at a bar. It's criminal justice.
I wouldn't try to find a date at the bar in a wig
Like-
like that either, though.
But like, what's next? Legal weaves? Oh, they're phasing it out? God, I hope so. It's fucking ridiculous. In a
In the
situation
UK.
where you are supposed to take everything with like grave sincerity, it sort of cuts the nuts off of anything you say and or do when someone you are now supposed to respect and treat as a figure of authority is wearing toilet paper tubes of hair curls. Is it just me?
No.
Neil Peart of the Skull, this guy.
I don't really care about the 30 seconds.
Yeah, seriously.
I want to know why you think that you could take another cop's gun and get away with it.
30
Why
seconds.
do you think that he'd
Does
let
that-
you take that gun?
30-second
Why do you
latch.
think that he wouldn't fight for his life? Why would you think that?
Or the little braids. It's farcical. Like back when everybody had lice and everybody was wearing wigs, fine. But once we stamped that out as a problem for humanity, ditch the wigs. Lice, not an issue. Like
Only for kids.
Wear a special hat, right? Wear a black mortar and pestle or whatever. Like wear a graduation cap or something. But the fucking wigs, it's
You
wrong.
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Why would you think he would? Because he wanted to help you?
maybe you don't know
No.
me. I'm Kevin Gregson. Super
Very much knew the, like, the
genius.
outcome of your choice. You knew the outcome of your choice. You knew that he would struggle for his life to keep his gun.
Duh. Nope, didn't know that.
Didn't know
RCMP, They taught us how to fight for our lives, but they told us exclusively everyone else would lay down their lives in service of ours.
We didn't have latches on our guns.
No
I didn't
latches.
think about it. I didn't think about a lot of things.
No shit,
I was
right?
focused on my own
Stupidity.
desire to
Oh.
die. And
I don't think
And
you're
I
that
threw logic, common sense, ethics, morals, everything that separates us from the lower beasts, that flew out the window because I was like, gun. My brow thickened in bone structure. I was clad in animal pelts. I hit a woman on the head with a club.
focused.
oh yeah, I was.
Yeah, just have a seat there. We'll get the other officer and
All right.
two of you. Two of them will take you down. They're just going to take you down the hall.
Okay.
To the crapperoni. All right, I can't take any more of this. This dude, we're moving in circles. What this detective should have done was either really lean into the rapport building, make him tell the story of Kevin Gregson that ends in murder because that would be useful for a jury, or like I said earlier, and he sort of did, just lay things out in bald English to be like, so you thought this when that's not the case, right? And they go, yes. But we never got enough of either of those to be satisfying, which is why I sat on this for so long, because you want a stuffed shirt or a pompous windbag or any of these narcissistic a-holes to like sit in front of someone and be dealt a deft hand.
Right.
Like a Jim Smith. You want them to come in like water, the lowest level possible, but then to gather strength and just wash away their subject like Colonel Russell Williams.
I don't think he would have ever told his story.
No, I'm not saying he would, but there would have been something usable to a jury more so. I mean, obviously, that's the thing. Maybe it doesn't matter because there's the evidence,
Yeah.
the video, the witnesses,
But it could have helped.
all and sundry. It just feels like why I bring this up a lot, but it's true. In the Dao De Ching, it says that you should use as much care and scrutiny in any project at the end as at the beginning, because at the end is when you're going to be laxist. You're going to rest on your laurels and the work that you've put in. My son will do the same thing. Be totally fine with a big event coming up most of the day, but as we get closer, fatigue or whatever, just being a crabby little kid who hasn't had a nap, you'll ruin something in the final second.
Yeah, shit hits the fan.
That's the thing. So if you can keep it together throughout the whole thing, you'll be above it all. Most people don't. They lose it in the final because they don't think, or they just give up, or fatigue sets in, or whatever. Moral of the story is this dude's a dick and is in prison. I hate him. I hate everything about him.
Me too. But we love Steven Seagal.
I love Steven Seagal, though, which is weird. But I love him ironically. Like, I don't love him
Right.
as a person. I
No.
like that he is a Hollywood lol cow.
Yes.
But instead of getting trolled, he gets bankrolled by Eastern European
Right.
oligarchs to shoot movies in the Baltic. Whatever.
Yeah.
We can talk about that later. Moral of the story is that was Kevin Gregson. Thank you for showing up for as long as you did. If you did, I appreciate it. In a few days, it'll be a new year, and then we'll have a new game, and maybe you can get your name up there to knock Jameson off that ladder.
Yeah.
But that's all we got for you for now. I appreciate it. Thank you for showing up for more true crime shenanigans and all that type of stuff. If you are so inclined, we do have another channel. It's called Meeting of the Minds, MEEADING, Meeting of the Minds. If you like homebrew or whatever, or if you just want to see more of us, I appreciate it if you would go over there and take a peek.
You could see me in
You can see
every
Krista in everything. She's
video.
on camera. Happy New Year, Hamburger,
Happy
and
New
everybody
Year.
else. I appreciate you. Hopefully this new year will find a better situation for us all. You know, the high tide lifts all ships. So peace out, people.
Bye.
try to...
Fistful of Podcasts Radio.